Okay, thank you for staying with us. And we're speaking with Mr. Tunde Moleyi. He's speaking from his home, actually, remotely. He's an architect, environmentalist, and sustainability expert. And we have on the line, who waited right through, Ibrahim. Good morning, Ibrahim. Thank you for holding on. Is Ibrahim still there? Today seems to be one of those days.
Hello?
Yeah, that Ibrahim. You just said hello. Hello, Ibrahim.
Hello?
Hello. Go ahead, Ibrahim. Can you see me? If you can see me, just go ahead and speak.
Hello?
I can hear you. I can hear you. Go ahead and speak. Well, Ibrahim perhaps is not one of our, frequent callers. So as soon as you get through, go ahead and speak, please. It saves us a lot of time. So we were speaking with Tunde, and you were just talking about, I think your focus is that we need to know the value, the value of the product. That seems to be what you're saying. And if there was anybody who still needed some reminding, that's one of the things that you need to, sort of help jog their memory about, going back to what Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the presidential candidate of APC, has done in Lagos. You said you were a part of that. You were a happy part of that. And I think you were talking about, you also were part of a think tank. And so none of this really surprises you. And I think that was where you were, right? That people need to know these things as an indication of perhaps what will be done should he be voted in as the president on Saturday.
You see, most of these people talking about the other candidates, I don't want to mention names.
There's no need to.
They never saw Asiwaju perform. I mean, when he was governor. So we need it. Apart from the photographs or the visuals, we need to stand up and speak. Professionals, technocrats, people who are related with this man. Lagos is the melting pot of Nigeria. It's the commercial capital city of Nigeria. And somebody has sustained it for how many years? We need to give him an opportunity to replicate. More so when this man has been waiting in the wings to save this country.
Okay, let me bring in. Okay, today let me bring in another viewer, Mr. Joshua in Irewole. Good morning to you, sir. Joshua in Irewole.
Another viewer. Hello, Uncle Yori.
Good morning, sir. Please go ahead.
Hello?
Hello, I can hear you.
Hello? Uncle Yori.
Go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I can hear you. Hello, hello, hello. Speak. Speak, please.
Uncle Yori, good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, I can hear you. Okay. Whatever it is, I will try.
Okay.
Okay, good morning. My take this morning is just for us to settle down as a nation and decide on the way we want to go. I suggest personally that the direction should be somebody with a track record that we can build a vision around. There's no denying the fact that things are really very challenging at the moment, and we only need somebody who is experienced. There's no more room for us to be doing trial and error as a nation. So I have looked at, for example, yesterday I examined the power plan for the presidential candidates. And I saw that as Asiwaju Tinubu is planning to have full deregulation of the power sector, for example. Full deregulation is my stand. I think it's somebody who is experienced that will go that route. And if he has the political will, the capacity to make that happen, that will settle the problem of the power issue in Nigeria once and for all. So I just think track record will help us going further. That's my way of appealing to all of us. Mm-hmm. More than anything else, I think peace is the most important thing.
Of course.
Let's have peace. from now till Monday. It is well with us.
And even
Thank
beyond.
you very much, Uncle Yori.
Thank you very much, sir, for calling in. Tunde, so there you go. This is along the lines of what
I like that guy. I like that guy. I like his choice of words, and I like the way he articulated them. He's a very knowledgeable Nigerian. I'll give it to him. I was saying something. Look at waste management. The PSP, the public sector participation in waste management in Nigeria. Where did it start from? A bold effort. It took a very courageous man to say, now we have to address this. With the population, I can't remember, about 10 million at that time. And he said, no, where are we going to throw this waste? We can make money from this waste. We can privatize it. And that was how PSP started. And I happened to be a member of the team that midwife with under Commissioner Anibaba at that time. I worked with several commissioners in various areas because, they realized that I had something to offer. The PSP operation is everywhere in the country today.
Yeah.
The private sector participation in waste management is effective. Loma was born and, success.
Okay.
You see Loma is an organization that can take care of itself, people without any subvention.
Excellent.
So
now, another caller has come in, Tunde. Excellent, Tunde. Thank you. Another caller has come in. Good morning, Mr. George. Yeah, I can see what's going on. Today is different. There seems to be a lag, but Mr. George probably is hearing me. If you can, Mr. George.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes.
Hello?
Hello, can you see me? Can you see me? Yes, I can hear you.
I can hear you now.
Okay, carry on, please.
I can hear you now.
Carry on, please.
Yes. Uncle Yori, I was in Lagos during Asiwaju's time of tackling that issue at the Bar Beach.
Yes. Okay.
So his capacity is not in doubt. But I want to ask your guest a question. The case of Lagos is one state. Now that it is going national, what is the strategy in terms of the model? There is erosion in Anambra State, there's erosion in Edo State, there's erosion here and there. You saw the flooding that took place recently almost across the country. We have a national Ministry of Environment, which has not been pronounced in activities. I want to ask your guest, what is the strategy? Is there going to be a new team that will come and tackle environmental issues at the national level? Or somebody asked,
Excellent.
One of my followers asked me the question, and I want him to please throw light on it.
Okay, thank you very much for calling in with that, Mr. George. Okay, so today, what would be your desire?
I have an answer. It's a very simple answer. Leadership. Just one word. Leadership. That is what is different. Somebody who is courageous, somebody who is knowledgeable, somebody who can take decisions, critical decisions, who is not scared of taking decisions. We've seen this man, do a lot of things, even with a gun on his head. So what you expect is that the translation of all that you have enjoyed in Lagos to the other sectors of the economy. You mentioned an Anambra State. I'm very happy you mentioned Anambra State. I did a lot of documentaries on Oko in Anambra State. And up to today, we go to Oko, right? I hope I pronounce it well. It's still a problem. It's still a troublesome area. No sustainable solution has been found to that. And somebody ruled that state for 8 years. I won't mention his name.
Okay, we talk about sustainable. Tunde, I'm trying to talking about sustainability is very, very important because there's no point in getting a.
Let me quickly say something. We were in Egypt. The 6th of Sheikh Al-Mashik the other day. For the COP27, and I was excited when Tunji Bello, my brother and my friend, led a team of Nigerians in Lagos State, technocrats, young guys, and he came to defend a $10 billion grant.
Video on the land.
Okay, some things are just happening, but today, one moment, let me bring on Mazi Okoroafo, another viewer that is watching at the moment. Good morning to you, Mazi.
Good morning, sir. Good morning, I guess. So you see, I don't know why we are still waiting. The election has already been concluded. Because was the just a few days ago on the paper that Tinubu is leading in terms of the opinion poll. Now, you know that is why I used to talk about literacy in terms of our business. Outside Nigeria, during American presidents, that this the last one, we saw it that the poll that we're carrying on, that Biden was funded. Sure, they mentioned other presidents as well. But in Nigeria today, they still don't believe what is happening. Well, I pray that about by Saturday, I think only one day that is left now. At least they will announce it. Everybody says, but all this all we are global. We need somebody that has a track record. We need somebody that has delivered. We need somebody that at least, whether you Igbo, Yoruba, Hausa, it doesn't concern him. It just want that human beings that are ready to deliver, human beings that are democratic, human beings that have what it takes to do what? To carry the whole people to the promised land. Good morning, Jagaban. Carry on. No shaking, no shaking, no shaking.
Well, thank you very much, Mazi Okoroafo, an enthusiastic Mazi Okoroafo. So today, I'm sure you will agree that he is concerned about capability, effectiveness, and the capacity to deliver. And he has no doubt in his mind that his choice is the presidential candidate of APC. Or shall we just say his choice is for APC?
He's from the East. He's a knowledgeable man from the East. He has seen a lot of people from other countries, from other states, in Lagos earning decent living and being included in the governance of the state. The current director of budget, Mwabweze, is from where? My brother, Igbokwejo. Despite all the humiliations and everything, he has talked with Asiwaju. He has something that he knows. He knows something.
But the point he was making was that of competence. I think Mazi Okorafo's main plank was, I want a competent fellow in there. And he gave us to understand that he has determined, he has decided that the APC, the candidate of APC, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and his running mate, that's the choice that, that's where he will find the competency required to do what Nigeria needs done. And I think that's also what you've been speaking about yourself, that, you know, people just need to know.
Let me say something.
Sure.
What is this now?
Go ahead.
Hello?
Yes, we can hear you.
So let me say something. Yeah, I was saying something about what happened in Egypt last year. So Tinubu been okay with his team, and they counted away the money. They counted away the money. And it's because of for climate resilience. We were able to capture it because of consistent and sustainable passion for what they're doing for environment. The love for the environment, and no other subnational was able to make that kind of presentation. It's as a result of leadership. Leadership of Tinubu, Fashola, Ambode, and now my very good friend, His Excellency Sanwo-Olu is going to win landslide by next election, by next month, by the special grace of God. There must be continuity for sustainability. There must be continuity. There must be sustainability. There must be stability for sustainability to be achieved in Nigeria. We must ensure this.
Yeah,
sure.
We
know what we are used to.
All of these things.
You know what we're used to. We are used to a situation. We are used to a situation whereby when the PDP government is ruling, it is their show, and they say, okay, anything that was started by APC, we are not going to touch. And then the same thing happens to APC when PDP is out of office. We should stop that. Any government, I'm sorry, what is good is good. I mean,
okay, Tunde, you reeled off. Tunde, you reeled off.
That's what President Buhari has done. Continuity is very important. Let me tell you something. The only president that is speaking to green growth, presidential candidate that is speaking to green growth and sustainable development in Nigeria today is Bola Ahmed Tinubu. He's the only one. He went to Enugu and reminded them that we have to stop this Western conspiracy. Okay. Why will you be using coal to your advantage? You are making a lot of dollars, and here you are telling us not to use our coal.
Okay, Tunde, I got to add another caller now. Mr. Yakub, good morning to you, sir. I think I lost that call. Oh, okay, Tunde. Now, Tunde, you reeled off a number of names. Tunde, you reeled off a number of names, illustrious names that are known across Nigeria that have, served in Lagos. This points to another attribute of the man, doesn't it? Of being able to identify and deploy the best minds available. That's something that can be looked forward to, perhaps. I'm just suggesting that. I don't need to put words into your mouth, but I would assume that that is what you expect. That very facility, that very aspect that has made Lagos shine as much as it is shining now, that can be replicated at a national level, because the formula seemed to be you got to identify the best minds and then deploy them appropriately, and voila, results galore. If you did it one place, I guess the question that George asked when he called in was, are you optimistic that this can be replicated across up and down the country?
Profoundly. Absolutely, without any iota of doubt. This man has got it. Whether in the public sector or in the private sector, he's a man to rely upon. I have worked with him. I've listened to him. I've advised him. And he has taken. And again, politically, this is a man that does not. I remember when I was a secretary, I wasn't a secretary, I was a member of the three-man panel that actually looked at Kogi's election. Talking politically now. And we did our work. I was invited by Chief John Oyegun to join Chief Jaja and the present legal advisor. We did our work. We did it thoroughly. We didn't even have a meeting with anybody. Nobody spoke to us, and we just did a good job. But some people were just feeling that, okay, because Asiwaju had an interest or perceived interest in somebody and that he was going to take that on me. And so my relationship with him has not changed since then.
Okay, Timothy in Ikorodu wants to join the program now. Good morning, Timothy.
Good morning, sir.
Yes, please go ahead.
Yeah, first of all, good morning once again.
Good morning.
I want to please with you, please. This one line of telephone to call on this program, I think it is not well with us, sir.
We'll keep working on it.
Create more lines.
I hear you. We will keep working on it.
Contribute.
Yes. Please.
Yeah, God bless you. Uncle Yori, I don't think we should continue to talk about it. What I believe we should talk now is, let us pray, because every Nigerian have seen it. For me, sir, it is better for me to follow the devil that I know than the angel I have not known before. I work with Asiwaju here in Lagos State. I was in Lagos State before Asiwaju came from the either UK or America to
from
become
exile.
The governor of Lagos
from
State.
Exile at the time.
From exile, from Abacha, Wahala, and all. Uncle Yori, we know what Lagos State was. We know how Lagos State was. We are not saying, mobilize Johnson or Mawa or the Jakande of all did nothing. We all know this. There is nothing. There is no way we experiment.
And from knowing what you say you know and knowing the man, Mr. George phoned in the question about how can this be extended? You have no fear that this very acumen can be extended up and down the land. That's why I said knowing Tinubu.
Yes.
Hello. Okay. The technicalities are not being the friendliest that they can be today, but we've seen worse. It doesn't look like you're there again. Our guest is Tunde Imolein. He's an architect and environmentalist and sustainability expert. And
can you hear me?
Oh yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead. Continue.
Your guest mentioned Marwa. General Marwa is now heading a very sensitive organization in Nigeria, and already we can see what he's doing. And when I met him recently, do you know what he told me? He said, today I'm very happy because he's a member of our coalition. Tinubu Shetima. And we went to visit him, myself, Senator Ethan, and the rest. And he said, the two people that are candidates for APC in these presidential elections are my successors. Yoruba is from Borno State, and Shetima is the next vice president of Nigeria by the special grace of God. Yoruba was a military administrator in Lagos State. And of course, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu is the next president of Nigeria by the special grace of God. I just wanted to just chip in that. But before then I was talking about what the person who speaks to issues that have to do with sustainable development, green growth.
All right.
This one was talking about the charge. This one was talking about the charge, and he used the word recharge. That is exactly what charge means. Because as an environmentalist, I was like, what? A politician, an accountant, talking sustainability like never?
Okay, let me bring in Ola. I think Ola, I beg your pardon, Tunde. Ola in Abuja. Good morning to you, sir.
Good morning, Uncle Yori, and I greet your guests in the studio also.
Sure, thank you. Go ahead, please.
Okay, Uncle Yori, obviously there are so many positive things to say about the personality of Asiwaju, but it does not necessarily mean that, look, in terms of, governance at the federal level, we cannot use Lagos State as, the reference point. We can't use that. If you do that, we're just being political, and we're not liberally minded. Look, governance at the state level is different from what entails at the federal level. It's as simple as that. We're not saying that Asiwaju is not it's not a good person, but the fact is that when it comes to federal governance and the governance and when it relates to the entire nation, it's a different thing entirely. So you cannot say, Asiwaju is the best. Look, experience at that level matters. I'm a full-fledged Yoruba person. Do you understand? Born and bred in Yoruba land. But I pitched my tent with Atiku today because Atiku, as far as experience is concerned, has it over other candidates. Do you understand? Can you hear me, sir?
I can hear you, and we've run out of time, but I did hear what you said, that you can't assume that just because Asiwaju was able to do it in Lagos, he can replicate that feat across the country, and as a result of which you are pitching your camp, for example, with Alhaji Atiku Abubakar. I heard you perfectly. Tunde, it's up to you now. We want to close down.
Most people in very established democracies were somebody before they became the president of their countries.
Okay.
I can continue to mention names and names. Obama.
No, I wanted you to speak to the point. Sorry, I wanted you to speak to his point, which is that doing it in Lagos, are you optimistic? That was Mr. George's question. How can we extend this? Do you have any thoughts on that? If you want to.
I have just mentioned it. Track record, leadership.
All right.
I mean, this is the only way I can say.
I hear what you're saying.
What is happening. And the fact that we need somebody who can speak, to our challenges, who understands our challenges, our problems.
I got you, Tunde. I got you, Tunde.
Accommodated everybody, and this is payback time for him. For him to do. We are hiring a president for that matter.
Okay. Thank you very much, Tunde. We've run out of time, but I thank you. I want to appreciate you, especially for coming on the program, and you've answered the question by saying that, look, it all boils down to leadership. Whether it is leadership in Lagos, wherever else, leadership, the quality of leadership will shine through in whatever the context or the arena is. That's the point that Tunde Moleyin is dropping with us. Thank you very much for coming on our program today.